Hello investors, my name is Dehan and welcome back to number one place for all your investing needs. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the top 3 altcoins to buy in the month of June. So guys, it's been looking great in the past 24 hours. The market is up about 2.45%. In today's video, like we said, we're going to be looking at 3 altcoins, some big news that's came out in the crypto space, and some other things as well, like usual. So we see the top gainer in the past 24 hours is going to be AMP, so AMP. It's also a new listing here on Coinbase, as you guys can see. And this coin is up about 32.43%. Highest volume, like usual, it's going to be Bitcoin right there. So Bitcoin is up about 3% currently, trading at around 40,000, guys. This is great. As long as we can hold this area and, try to break through that 42,000 area like we've been talking about for the past few weeks, that is a huge resistance area that we see around that $42,000 area. Once we break that, we continue to move on higher. Market cap at around 752.8 billion. Ethereum is up about 3.6%, so it's catching up slowly to the Bitcoin momentum. So this one's up about 2.6K right now at the moment. That is the price that it's trading at. We see Binance pretty much only up about 1%, trading at 368. A lot of these other coins are pretty much flat as well. Then we have Polkadot up about 14%, and then some of these other altcoins are up about 5 to 10%. But a lot of them are actually pretty much flat. If you guys take a look, there's only a few of them that are keeping up with the movement that the crypto is moving right now. So yeah, guys, let's get into these altcoins. But before we get into altcoins, smash that like button for me. Let's aim for 100 plus likes on this video. It helps the YouTube channel, helps the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell notification so you get notified every time I make a new video. As always, if you want to sign up for Webull, get your 2 free stocks valued at up to $2,000. There's going to be a link in the description. Check that out as well. Now let's get into it, guys. The first altcoin on our list is going to be AMP. It's actually the top gainer and the new listing on Coinbase. So AMP is going to be our number one altcoin on this list. We've never covered this coin before, but there are a lot of interesting things that we have to dive into, guys. So let's take a look. It's up about 32.5% in the past 24 hours, currently trading at around, almost a dime. So about 10 cents, a little bit under 10 cents, currently at 8 cents. It was trading at around 6 cents actually at the beginning of, Monday, as you can see there, or Sunday as well. Now, market cap on this coin is around 3.4 billion, plenty of room for it to grow. Volume in the past 24 hours at around 152.4 million. Now, AMP is obviously an Ethereum token that aims to collateralize payments on the Flexa network, making them instant and secure. If a BTC or ETH payment fails due to unconfirmed or long transaction times, the AMP collateral can instead be liquidated to cover losses, while the vendor receives payment in fiat, potentially providing greater assurance to both parties. So that's very interesting to see what AMP is going to do in the future as well and how it's going to grow. Now, in the past week, this coin's been booming. It's up over 88%, guys, from lows of down here about 3 cents, 3.5 cents or so at one point. Now we see on the 1 month chart, it's up about 17%. And then obviously on the 1 year chart, 742%, guys. But the momentum started definitely in 2021. We saw momentum, push it on higher. Then we saw a sell off. And now, since it's been added to Coinbase, we see a lot more momentum with AMP. So it's moving up higher as well. Now, obviously on the all-time chart, since this coin did come out in September of 2020, it hasn't even been out for a year. And it's been making some great movement. So this is a very nice coin. Now let's take a look at some of these, big things. So 9 things to know about AMP coin as it starts trading on Coinbase. So here's everything crypto traders need to know about this coin. The first thing that the crypto investors should know is AMP is an Ethereum based token, which is something we already covered. The second thing, it acts as a collateral for payments that are made using the Flexa network. This means that if the payment takes too long or fails, AMP collateral can be liquidated to cover the cost. That means that the vendor still gets paid, and it adds extra security for both buyers and sellers using the crypto. This is like a protection, pretty much like a scapegoat, I guess you could say. And then AMP boasts that it can, allow for it to cover a large variety of transaction types. That includes digital payments, fiat currency exchange, loan distribution, property tax or property sales, and more. Now, there's a fixed supply of AMP of tokens in order to reduce the risk of volatility, which is a great thing in my opinion. AMP already works with a large variety of companies that make use of its services. Among them are Flexa, CoinGecko, Gemini, Sushi, Uniswap, and many, many other, guys. So this is beautiful. There's only a certain amount of coins that's going to be out there, to reduce that volatility, which is great. Actually, that's something that I like about coins when they have a certain amount of coins. That way, once that X amount of coins is out in in the space, there's no more coming in, which means the supply versus demand situation, especially if the coin starts to do like the burning, like we have some other coins that do burning, where they get rid of certain coins every year or every few months or something like that. that makes the coin even more, valuable, because then we start to see the scarcity, and then, demand versus supply versus demand, which is another thing we talk about on this channel. The less coins there is, the demand is going to be higher, which is going to, boost the price higher. The more coins there is, the less demand, which means the coin is not going to go up as much. So the less of the coin, the better, guys. You guys obviously know that as well. So AMP is definitely an altcoin that we're going to be adding to our list to potentially, watch what's going to happen. Is it going to break through that 10 cents area this week? Is this run going to continue on higher throughout the rest of the week? Or are we going to see a situation like we saw on Dogecoin, where it got added to Coinbase, and Dogecoin, trended up a little bit for that week, and then we saw it, pretty much sell off back to where it was, to the lows of a support. So this one could come back down to about 4 or 5 cents in the next few weeks if it doesn't continue this momentum. That's why we're going to be adding it to our radar to see what happens, and potentially grab it for a little bit of a scalp and sell it in a couple of days. So quick trade possibly on AMP, guys. The second altcoin on the list is going to be Monero, XMR. So this one is up about 7.73%, currently trading at $283. The market cap on this coin is at 5.1 billion, and the volume in the past 24 hours at 248.5 million. Now you guys see it was at lows of 260. Now in the past week, it's up about 13%, almost 14%. In the past month, down 31%. Obviously on the 1 year chart, up over 337%, as the coin was trading around $65 a year ago. And then we saw highs here of $517, went from 517 all the way to lows of under 200 here on May, when we saw the crypto crash. That, it cut pretty much its value by over 50%, close to 65% or so. And then obviously now we're seeing this consolidation area where it's bouncing off the 250 to 300 range, and hopefully it'll break through and continue that momentum on higher in the future. Now Monero right here, this one is a cryptocurrency focused on privacy, so transactions on the Monero blockchain can't be traced or tracked. Monero uses a proof of work consensus algorithm to issue new coins and secure transactions. So the circulating supply right now of a Monero coin is around 17.9 million. We think that this coin is going to be doing very great things in the future. Like we said, it's up 337%, which means if you invested around $1,000 a year ago, it'll be valued at around $3,000 right now, which is a great return in my opinion. Market cap is still pretty low at around 5.1 billion, so it has so much more room for growth in the future. It could definitely 10x or more depending on how it performs in the next few years. So that is going to be our second altcoin, guys. And now we get into the third altcoin, our big boy. So we love to talk about Polygon, also known as Matic, one of our favorite coins, guys. We talk about this one a lot, and this one is trading at $1.57. We actually talked about it in a previous video, and it was trading at around $1.40 at that point. Now it's already up about 8% since then, trading at $1.57. Market cap on this coin is right under 10 billion right now. So still, once again, plenty of room for growth, as it is a greener coin in the alt space. So a greener coin that in the future we might be seeing more traders trade it, because it is greener and better for the environment. So the volume in the past 24 hours is at around 1.6 billion, and then the circulating supply of Matic is going to be 6.3 billion. Now in the past week, this one's up about 6% almost. In the past month, 6.5%, and then in a 1 year chart, over 7,562%, guys, hitting highs here of over $2.68 at one point. And then seeing this quick crash right here when the flash crash happened, and then another bounce on higher once again. So this one is very volatile, and it likes to bounce. So $1,000 invested in this coin a year ago would be valued at around $75,000 right now, which is just insane to think about, guys. This is why you have to take opportunities sometimes and invest in some of these altcoins that are low cap coins, because they could pop on higher. This one was trading around 0.0204, so about 2 cents, less than 2 cents a year ago. And look at us now, trading at 157, and like we said, almost highs of 268, close to $3 at one point in May. So definitely a lot of potential with Polygon. So Polygon is an Ethereum token that powers the Polygon network, a scaling solution for Ethereum. Polygon aims to provide faster and cheaper transactions on Ethereum using layer 2 sidechains, which are blockchains that run alongside the Ethereum main chain. Users can deposit Ethereum tokens to the Polygon smart contract, interact with them within Polygon, and then later withdraw them back to the Ethereum main chain. The Matic token is used to pay transaction fees and participate in proof of stake consensus. But you guys already know that if you guys watch this channel, as I know you guys do. So let's get into the news, guys. Now that we've discussed the three altcoins, let's get into some of the news that's been pushing the crypto world higher in the past 48 hours or so. So obviously, Musk says Tesla will accept Bitcoin again as crypto miners use more clean energy, which is, a great thing, guys. This is big news. So he said, when there's confirmation of reasonable, and he says 50%, clean energy usage by miners with positive future trend, Tesla will resume allowing Bitcoin transactions. And he tweeted this on Sunday. And we saw, on Sunday, the crypto space, including, obviously Bitcoin, start to move on higher. So this was, huge. But, there's still people saying, oh, Elon Musk is using Twitter to be, market manipulator and all these other things. But obviously there's nothing that can be done. He's just speaking what he wants to speak on Twitter. Nobody can stop him. It's his right. He can tweet whatever he wants to tweet. So obviously right here, Tesla revealed in a SEC filing in February that it purchased 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, which is obviously another interesting thing, which we already knew. And it said that it would begin accepting Bitcoin as a payment method for its products. And then obviously a few months later, he says, oh, Bitcoin is not, good for our, environment, and Tesla will not be accepting Bitcoin. And then that caused Bitcoin to start a sell-off, and pretty much the whole crypto market, all the altcoins started to pull back down. And then now he comes out on Sunday and says, oh, actually, Tesla will accept Bitcoin once again as long as it's 50% or higher clean energy usage in the future. So now we just have to wait for that to happen. And then I guess we'll be accepting Bitcoin once again, and we can continue this bull run. So did you guys buy the dip on Bitcoin or not? You guys let me know in the comments below. Bitcoin obviously up 3%, like we said, from those lows. We try to break through that 41,000 area and continue on higher. We couldn't do it, but we're still trading at around 40,000, which is beautiful to see. As long as we don't go back down to the 35 area or lower, we're okay. But we need to break through that big resistance area that we keep talking about. $42,000, guys. $42,000 is the big resistance area for Bitcoin. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin is up 20%, in the past week, hitting lows of 31,000 at one point. And then highs up here, 41,000 almost. So this coin's up about $10,000, I guess you could say, in the past week. In the past month, it is down 20%. In the past year, up over 326%. But we did hit highs of about 65,000 right there, pulled back down, to lows. And now it looks like we're, trying to escape through that. If we can break through that 42,000 area, like we keep saying, this could be a very positive sign for us. And we might see Bitcoin start to fill up that gap all the way up to about 50,000 or so, and then continue that trend on higher and push all these other altcoins, because you guys already know, as the large cap coins start to trend on higher, later on we see the pattern, maybe a few weeks or months later, the mid cap coins and the low cap coins start to push on higher as well, and we see the momentum continue to push on higher and higher, just like we saw in April, just like we saw in May. We had a huge bull run happening in the crypto space, which was just a beautiful sight in general, and you guys definitely enjoyed that. And I know a lot of you guys are new and you just started trading crypto in April and May, and you guys might be disappointed because right now we've been on a downtrend, but mark my words, it's going to happen again. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. Obviously, this is all for educational purposes, so speak to your financial advisor before investing, but I already know that it's going to happen. It's going to come back up. We're going to have a bull run again. Maybe not, in 2021, but eventually we will, even though I think by the end of the year, we will be having, that bull run continue, as we see the momentum starting right now already. Next up after that, we have Ethereum, obviously, as the other big coin. So this one is up about 3.5%, like we already said. It's finally, starting to break through, but we still, we're still pretty far away from the, resistance area that we're trying to break through. We're trying to break through that 3,000 area. So that is our big area right now, 3,000 area. Once we break through that 3,000 area, we'll continue that momentum back higher. But Ethereum's still doing very, very well, guys. I mean, look at this. In April, we were trading, end of April, we were trading at 2,300. Now we're trading at 2,600 almost. So we're still, way higher than we were in April. Obviously in April, we had that big move from about 2,200 all the way up here to 4,400, made about 100% gain. But that momentum right there was way too quick. In about a month or so, not even a month, just about 2 or 3 weeks, we saw it go up 100%, which was crazy to see Ethereum do. Obviously it was way overbought, seeing it, pull back down with a, whole market space. And now it's consolidating here. Hopefully we'll see a slow uptrend. We like to see Ethereum move slow. Nice and steady, slow and steady wins the race, guys. We're going to be the tortoise, and obviously Bitcoin can be the hare. But I think in the future, in the next 10 to 20 years, Ethereum will definitely do the flipping, and will flip over and be the #1 coin in the world over Bitcoin. Bitcoin might still be used more often, but Ethereum will have a bigger market cap, in my opinion. Obviously that's just my opinion. Now, in the past 1 year, this coin is still up over 1,000%, guys. It was trading at 230, less than 230 a year ago, and now we're at 2,600. So over 1,000% gains on Ethereum. So if you had $1,000 invested into this coin, you'd be up at $10,000 or so right now. Market cap is at 301 billion right now. So the market cap is starting to trend on higher, which is a good sign, as it is following Bitcoin slowly. And then we have Dogecoin. Pretty much, Dogecoin's not making much moves, but that's because it's the meme coin. It's that altcoin, guys. So it's been pretty much flat in the past 24 hours. In the past week, pretty much flat as well. And then obviously on the 1 year or 1 month chart, it was down a little bit. But like we said, Dogecoin has this strong support level around this 30 cents area, and it's not budging, guys. It's going up a little bit, going down a little bit, but in the end, it comes back to that 30 cents area, and it's sticking right there. So right now, we're going to need some big news or some big momentum to happen for Dogecoin to start on, trending on higher, or if it loses momentum, it could, trend on lower. So definitely one that we're going to be adding to our radar as well, as a lot of you guys think that Doge is going to hit $1 by the end of the year. I personally don't think it's going to happen. I mean, there's potential, obviously, but I personally don't think it's going to do it. I know a lot of you guys think it will. So, obviously, guys, those are going to be our altcoins for the week. If you guys enjoy this type of content, smash that like button for me. Let's aim for 100 plus likes. Leave a comment below. What altcoins are you buying right now? Are we back in the bull market? What is going on with Elon Musk? You guys let me know all the details. I will reply to your comments. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell notification so you get notified every time we make a new video. As always, sign up for Webull and get your 2 free stocks valued up to around $2,000 right now. And as always, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys the next one. Goodbye.